Hello, everybody. Today we have Vicky Pelchat with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
so
having me.
yeah, thank you. It's so exciting to get to know all these different agents, and Vicky has a unique story, and so honored to have you on. This is really cool.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah. For the people that don't know who you want to give a little bit background on you, and
Sure.
feel free to share whatever you want to share.
So I have been a licensed real estate agent since 2010. I actually got started in the business in 2005 selling land in White House, Ohio for a developer by the name of David Miller and Bob Cavalier. So my career started actually in 2005 selling the land. And then fast forward to 2010, I decided I wanted to get my real estate license and take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So kicked off my career in 2010 as a licensed real estate agent and have been going strong ever since.
And haven't looked back since.
Correct. I love what I do, and I think in this day and age it is important to be able to say that you love what you do because that
Sure.
creates that compassion.
What's interesting is that there are a lot of people that can never say that.
That's very true. That's
And
very
it's
true.
tragic in a way.
How many times do we have a conversation with somebody and then they're like, "Oh, I hate my job."
Right.
I'm lucky enough to be able to say I love what I do.
Yeah.
Hence, I could see that in you
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Before we were getting ready, I had to set up all the technical stuff, and I was like a kid in the candy store. I like doing this type of stuff.
I saw his passion for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Um, but no, it's been really great, and you've been doing real estate for you're a season, but you're a top producer.
Top producer for Howard Hanna.
Yeah.
I originally started at Danbury, and when Howard Hanna came to the Toledo market, I decided that that was the fit that I was looking for, and became a agent with Howard Hanna. Never looked back, and can't say enough great things about the company and their philosophy.
At what point did you decide, this is really my passion? This is, where I think everybody's has that moment where they're doing something, throughout their life, and then something just finally clicks, and you're like, that's it, that's me.
It's hard for me to pinpoint exactly when because I have always had a passion for real estate and design in real estate. So for me, that came very early on in my career.
'Cause you're a designer too, right?
I like to stage.
You're staging, yep,
Mhm,
yeah.
yep, I like to stage homes, and that again has also helped me through my career. I've helped a lot of agents stage properties. I've staged properties for builders, some of their spec homes, but again, can't really say exactly when because I've always loved what I do.
Sure,
So
I get that.
it was easy.
So, since you love staging, if we were to go out to your car now, is it full of knickknack stuff, or is it
My car is actually full because I just staged a property.
that's if you want to find a very good agent, this is a pro tip. Go out to the car, and if they've got niche stuff like cups and staging stuff, that means they live
Yeah.
and breathe it. Is
That
that
is for
fair?
sure. That's for sure. I have a bar stool, a mini couch, and a few plants out there right now. So
They don't look like they just robbed a living room, then they're probably not the right agent.
no, it looks like I'm just moving,
Yeah.
actually. And sometimes it's embarrassing, but you got to understand the industry
Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny.
for sure.
Um, so tell us about Howard Hanna, as far as like uh what do you love most about the culture over there?
It's just so family oriented. I mean, from the time you join the company, everybody feels it makes you feel like you are part of the family. Very welcoming, but it's the tech tools. They're very tech savvy. They're constantly enhancing tools for us to be able to put back into our business, and they don't charge you a lot. That's important. I mean, you've got continuing education, free of charge.
Sure.
And that was hard to find. For me, I really wanted a company that was family oriented and allowed me to give back to my clients in that aspect.
What advice would you give people on younger agents as far as like how to become a top producer? What does it take to get to that point, and then more importantly, stay at that level?
It is tough. Ultimately, my best advice to any new agent coming in is be in the office. You're going to learn so much from those seasoned agents and those agents that have been in the industry, just sitting there listening, and do open houses. Don't be afraid to be in front of people. That's going to be huge in anybody's business, is
Sure.
stick to the basics.
Yeah. So the basics, nothing too fancy, just
Yeah. Stick to the
hard work.
basics. You're going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
You will learn a lot from hard work. This tech savvy stuff is easy
Yeah.
to some,
Some
others it's not, but
Sure.
I think sticking to the basics sometimes and learning from others
Sure.
is a great outlet.
Right. Did you ever, and I'm gonna say probably yes. I probably know the answer to this because everyone that's been in the business has had this. But was there ever a point that you were like, I don't think this is right for me? And then everyone's had this. What has pushed you through that? What has pushed you through that?
It's tough. I mean, there's so many times where I said, this is it. I can't do this anymore. And I think it just is on a deal to deal basis. Some deals are easier than others. But I think at the end of the day, it's just taking the time to unwind and really reflect on your day and remember, if you love what you do, you got to learn to let some of that go.
Sure.
And, it's compassion. We can get caught up in the business and conversations, and if everybody just has a little compassion and remember what the key to the transaction is, it's about helping our clients and not getting, too nitpicky.
Yeah. Sure.
That's key. That's the key.
Where do you draw your strength from?
I think my strength ultimately started from my mom. I mean, my mom became a single mother when I was 10 years old, and she was always a hard worker. But I also have had some trauma in my life that has also made me look at life in a different way.
Sure.
And that actually came in 2010 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it made you learn really quick your perspective on life
Sure.
and how you look at others. So that's where my strength comes from.
I was about to say, is that a source where you go back and when you think everything is super tough, it's not, you've done tougher.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's reflection. I think you and I had that conversation. You grow through what you grow through. Grow through what you go through.
Yeah.
And that's one of my mottos that I've stuck with in my life. And sometimes you have to take yourself back to those times that were tough.
Yeah.
And remember that you got through that. You can pretty much get through anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Such great advice. I mean, unfortunately, you've had to go through that to learn that lesson.
Yeah.
Which is actually going to be my next question, but I think that kind of answered it. I was going to ask you, what have you learned the most? What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from real estate? I guess we could talk about that.
I think the most valuable lesson that I learned was we all have a story. In our business, it's either a beginning for somebody, a first-time home buyer who's just starting that journey buying their first home, or sometimes it's a death in the family where you're help to bring closure to the family. So ultimately, I think it's taught me compassion. It's taught me a lot about the business.
Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately, I think that's how I continue to run my business.
Yeah. No, that's great. And it sounds like you basically remember where you come from, and then you don't forget those lessons along the way, and you incorporate it into your business, which actually, I think it gives people a really good, authentic view of what you represent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, it's giving back, giving back to the community is important, and being there for first-time agents, first-time home buyers.
Sure.
So it's really just, resignating who you are and treating your everyday life that way.
Right, right. Is there something you do in particular to kind of unwind? Do you have a guilty pleasure that you?
Guilty pleasure for me would be put me by the water, put me on the beach.
I was just about to say, is it the beach?
It's the beach. It's the beach. I love to be outdoors in the summertime, enjoying lake activities, beach activities. That That's my passion. That's my passion.
How often do you go down to Florida or
A couple times a year.
no?
But then again, it depends on the year. There was a year that I was there 6 times.
Yep.
But I was lucky enough to still run my business from Florida.
Yep.
But we also have a cottage about an hour from Toledo, so you'll find me on the water in Port Clinton,
Oh, cool.
up in that area,
Yeah.
Bullhead area. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Do you have any mentors that you look up to or have looked up to? Who inspires you?
A lot of my mentorship came from some older people, older agents in the business, and it really started with Tom Salisbury and Sharon Salisbury. They were great mentors to me in the very, very beginning, and along with David Miller. He's a real estate developer in Toledo.
Okay.
So I had some great mentors along the way.
Great, great. Um, that's fantastic. And you've had those people in your life. Sounds like you've had a pretty good. I mean, I know we've all have our challenges, but things kind of present themselves at certain times and might not make sense, but they seem like they've fallen in place for you.
I feel very, very grateful for my success in the real estate business. I would say 90% of my business is past referrals. So I'm truly grateful for all of my clients and the referrals that get sent my way. And, again, truly, truly blessed because of that.
Perfect. Vicky, how can people get in touch with you if they'd like to? Where can they find you? What's the best way for them to communicate with you or reach out to you if they're interested in working with you?
If you would like to work with me, I would love that opportunity. You can reach me via my cell phone, and that phone number is area code 419-917-1565. My office is actually in Maumee on Lance Point. You can find me at the office, or you can email me at Vicky Pelchat at howardhanna.com.
Okay. And perfect. One last thing before we go. What can people expect when they do business with you?
You can expect when you do business with me, I'm definitely going to treat every transaction with compassion, but ultimately treating you the way you want to be treated and deserve to be treated through that transaction. And ultimately, your your journey is your journey. I'm not going to make you look at something that you have no interest in. I may suggest taking a look at it if we can't find you exactly what you want, but I'm going to give you exactly what you want. Treating you with compassion.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being on the show. And everybody, this is why we do this. We love having real conversations with real people that shape the community. Thank you so much, Vicky, for being on the show.
I
It's a
appreciate it.
pleasure getting to know you.
I appreciate the opportunity.